Teams ready.
So, hello everybody. We're back for the second half of this match, Ege against Malmö. We have switched sides and Malmö trails by 3 goals, and it immediately starts with another vicious attack on the goal by Ege. Leaded again by Firat, who already scored 2 goals, so this is definitely his game. He loves this. Yeah, I feel like Malmö really needs to calm the spirit down. They need to survive the quick and energetic actions from Ege. And we'll see if they'll be able. Good pass down to the right hand side by Hakan, and it came over the goalie back to him. Gian played that, and eventually they could not score, even though the goal was a little bit empty. Ball has been clinched away, and yeah, that's a problem, because I feel like physically Ege is stronger, and as long as Malmö wins the ball, but if they can't dive out and make a counterattack, but instead they pop up to the surface and start scrumming, they will lose it rather often, and so they have to avoid that. We're joined back by Devrel Tien in a moment.
How are things going here, Jan?
Well, Ege has picked up where they left off. They come in really strong with a lot of energy, and Malmö had difficulties after winning the ball to get it out, because they tend to pop up to the surface with the ball, where the physically stronger Turkish players just win it back rather easily. Now, okay, this pass from Kerem, the first one was very well defended by the defender on the goal, but more importantly for Ege, they keep the ball. This is Hakan being attacked from behind. Still gets a hand on the goalie's neck. Wow, this guy has huge arms. But the ball fell off, and Stefan Podrugac carried it on to Simon Jobs. That was holding, but no problem, because advantage of Riedel, very experienced player. And now maybe they're getting somewhere. This is Milos Nielsen.
The 7 is Kerem Demir, not...
Yeah, the 7 is Kerem.
Yeah.
So the 7 of Ege is that, in case anybody was wondering. But Ege has won this ball back, and they come over with Merter and
2-on-2
and Özgur Konac. Let's see if they can produce something dangerous. And wow, the substitution on the goal and defense position for Malmö is quite open.
Is it fair to say, Jan, that many of Ege's players are dangerous around the goal? They're physically...
I feel so.
Yeah.
In this game we saw Firat be very effective. We know Hakan and Cihan to be very effective, and I think there's that most of their players are quite strong and just physically have the ability to pump up a goalie. Here we see Ege killing time and saving air by trying to maneuver the ball on the surface with everybody breathing and without scrumming.
Yes.
Because scrumming, you're on the surface, you can breathe, but it's still very tiring. And like this, they had half a minute pass by which basically didn't cost them anything. Okay, Hakan played a little trick on Ansofik Krakow on this. And the ball's on the right hand side on the Uvridel. He's trying to stay on the goal. Only slowly, only a little bit in the basket, but only very shortly. He took the shoulder, managed to get the shoulder out instantly, and the goal is scored by Chan, and the assist goes to Firat. Oh no, 14. So the assist actually goes to Merter. Nilufer, which is actually German for the border of the river Nile.
Is that because
in
he's
Egypt.
Born in Germany and you got
Might be.
Yeah.
Might be a German name anyways. I'm not even sure.
I mean, there are many people from Turkey living in Germany, so... And I think there are Ege players who live in Germany.
Yeah, definitely. Well, no, yeah, but they do have... none of them are here today. So all the players here today for Ege all live in Turkey, as far as I know. Very neat movement by Cihan. I love that spin to deliver the ball to the left-hand side. And now we have Kerem. Again, don't be distracted by the wrong name on his shirt. Obviously, this is not optimal that you have shirts with a wrong name on it. Jersey. But wow, and they scored another one. Yeah, the second goal here for Mertens. Okay, no, he actually had an assist lately. Now he has scored a goal as well.
White number 14,
And now I feel like Ege can
8.
throw passes beneath the defense of Malmö as they want. They're not really contested there.
This is
also of note. This match is very interesting because with the match to come between the second match for Malmö today against Vienna, because Vienna and Ege are both fighting against the last place, against relegation. And yesterday they tied their game with 2-2, Vienna against Ege, and now you see Ege winning against Malmö, so we'll be very interested in seeing how Vienna can fare against Malmö as well, because now Vienna will need to win maybe in order not to be last.
To avoid relegation.
Yeah, to avoid relegation. Depending on how Akaren plays against Polisson. Wow, and they score another goal. This time it's Kerem, and yeah, they have huge problems after winning the ball to get it out now.
Goal,
this is interesting
white
because we
7,
actually,
assist
I assumed
number
that the endurance would pose a problem in the second half for Ege, but instead we see Malmö kind of cracking down.
But we also did observe that they have a technique for regaining energy by swimming on the surface, hiding the ball.
Yeah, they did it very cleverly. So this is also an important part. Ege normally, when they're in full force, they can play a very oppressive game, and now they have to introduce another dimension to it.
Can Vienna play that technique of hiding the ball, swimming on the surface? I haven't seen other teams play it, so
yeah,
I mean, Beta does it.
Yeah, Beta does that a lot, and I think some of the Vienna players do like it.
But it's not a team strategy. Yeah.
It's not a team strategy because I'm the trainer and I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's a very personal appeal for me. Mostly I'm.
And Molde does it sometimes.
Yeah, Molde does it sometimes, but you know, they have very good statistics about winning and losing the ball in this situation. Also, Beta, the same. When they're on the surface, they're not very likely to lose the ball because they're very good at that. And I don't feel that Vienna has the strong players with the long arms and the big hands to support this.
Yeah.
And I rather see the great risk out of this, because the more people you have at the surface, if the ball falls down quickly, you risk a quick counter-attack and not enough players in defense. Oh wow, a bit of a misunderstanding in defense there. The goalie tried to move down in defender's position and then realized that actually his defender was there, so had to get back up. Yeah, we have reached the midway point of this half, and there you see that the forechecking for Malmö Triton is not very hard, so they don't bother fighting here in order to win one ball on the surface. They don't care for that. And one tactical aspect to this is assuredly that Malmö knows that they have a match against Vienna to come, and they basically have forfeited this game. And they want to save energy for the match against Vienna, for sure, because they don't want this to happen to them again.
To be relegated.
Oh, wow, really rough.
Swinging the elbows.
Yeah, but it's okay. He was only behind the back of the goal. So that's no problem. But the goalie had a lot of work to do to stay in position here. Okay, this was a tack on the head. Yeah, I would have given a free throw here for Malmö instead, because close to the surface. I think it might have been
goal, wide number 3
against Simon Jobs, if I saw
1.
that right. Or might have been Olof Bertilsson before, who had been attacked really close to the head. very wildly as
nice
well.
goal.
Yeah, it's a good instinct from Chihan to stay close to the goal. And this is also, I mean, they have developed this in this game. They've learned that they can win the ball in forechecking close to the ball, close to the goal of the Swedes. So, wow, is this going to be another goal? A good defense by Simon Jobs here. He managed to get his elbow or something in the way. That would, wow, pried the ball out there from.
They make it look so easy against really good players. It's hard to.
There we have Emanuel Johansson and Olof Bertilsson searching for someone to give a pass. It's Ann-Sofie Krakow. But at the moment, you can hardly recognize in which direction Malmö wants to play. They hardly show any forward movement because they're basically searching for a person to give a pass to. No matter where, they don't care. They just want somebody where they can leave a pass. Now they're going for the goal, at least for the good position. It's clumped up down there, but eventually the ball ends up with Ege, and he tries to score on his own. Did he lose the ball? No, I don't think so. Now the goalie clamped in there, but he was deep with the shoulder. This might be a delayed call for a penalty shot.
Could be.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is a penalty shot. It was delayed call.
Shoulder on the goal.
Yeah,
He held
we
the goal.
we could see that. The
throw.
first impact was pretty hard, pretty intense impact, and the goalie had the shoulder in the basket. Of note is the attacker came straight towards the goal. So basically, when you push him there, you're going to push him against the wall. If you're not pushing him upwards, you're pushing him against the wall. So there also, it's not optimal. So maybe the goalie can stay on there in this position, even without wedging. Because we saw the shoulder was deep. But I'm not sure if he was wedging, if he really used the rim to stay on the goal. It might have just have been a bad angle. Also, the attacker was held back by a forechecker. So that certainly took out a bit of the momentum for him. So I'm not sure. This might not have been a correct call, but luckily the game is not tied at this point. It's Ulfredel defending.
Yes. And who's taking it for Sihan Kipir?
No, in this time it's Kerem. Normally it's always Cihan, and we would like to watch the penalty underwater if possible. Now we're watching it from overwater from different angle. Oh, he tried. Very neat with a long arm, sneaks it. He kept.
Wide number 7.
So Kerem kept the ball on the long arm, always behind the back of Ulfredel. And the ball right in the middle of your back means that it's hard to reach for you as a goalie.
Yeah.
And if you turn around to try to reach it, he will just simply
Put it in.
either score or just pull
Okay, now
the
it's a
ball
replay.
off. Let's watch the replay. So
And forced him down off the
okay,
basket.
this is so far so good for Ulf. Okay, yeah, this was a weird turning. He thought the ball was had already passed him, so he turned around to see it. But anyways, we're at 7-0 here for Ege against Malmö. This is interesting here.
Yeah, especially considering Malmö's been playing better this season. They've had
Yeah,
some good games. They've improved. They're rebuilding.
Malmö is exactly the middle team of the league up to now. They had
free ball.
3 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. So
Holding.
they're basically the middleman.
Sorry, wide free ball.
And now you see the team that is momentarily last in the rankings beat them quite handily, quite single-handedly. So very interesting here how that comes about. I mean, big part of it being that, as I said, Cyril and Bergenholz are not here. But also Ege is missing a lot of players. Ege, I think, is the team for whom the position on the table is at least according to what they are able of doing. I mean, the first day they lost to Molde with a 2-3. They were 3-0 behind for halftime. They won the second halftime with 2-0. They put up an awesome match, and now they're last in the league. So this does not fit together. They had big problems of bringing a whole team to the second and also the third round now.
So,
So yeah, that's really bad luck for them. Also, the one where they had a really good team, they played against Molde and against Flipper, where they lost, but really closely. And they won their third match. But
it's important to note that in the last round in Vienna, most of the Ege players didn't make it at all because they were held up by visa problems.
yeah, that was really rough for them. So they lost all 3 matches in Vienna, which imagine they had the team from Copenhagen in Vienna, the lineup. They might have won all 3 matches in Vienna, and so the one day they had their very best team, I guess. They had the bad luck to play against 2 of the strongest opponents possible, where they lost very closely instead of having 3 of the opponents they could beat in this position. Because like this, they would not even bother to be down there. Wow, this is awesome. Did you see Chihan keeper working his way through there? He is so energetic. I mean, he has short arms, but still he moves.
His upper body strength and his
it's just ridiculous. And the point is, he has short arms, but still he manages to get a grip on the neck of the goalie, which normally when the goalie has longer arms he can prohibit. But
he has a lot of
look, he just does not want to be held. He doesn't care.
And
he's just moving so quickly. Yeah, that was a beautiful single goal. I think there was no assist on this one. Couldn't really give an assist to somebody.
That could be the goal of this whole round, the single best goal. We've seen some good goals, but that was really...
Yeah, I also like the counter-attack goal from Martin Schottmüller in the match against Flipper.
And Meskis, of course, also. But I mean, this was...
this was basically alone against 4.
Yeah. And Bordinge had some good goals, and
yeah,
also,
you could see in all his the body language showed he doesn't care who is there. He doesn't care how long it takes. He's going to score this one.
Yeah.
He knew it inside.
Well, Anton and Victor told me some time ago, right about Sihan Kipir, because he's the biggest goal scorer in the Euroleague at one point.
Yeah, he was, because when
they ran up the score against some teams.
Yeah, he scored like. I think last season in Molde they bet Vienna 10-0 and he scored 7 or 8 of those goals. So that was pretty rough. Yeah, I think he had the 3rd most goals in the league after Iver and I don't know who that was. I think Jürgen last season.
Another
goal.
Oh
Wow, this is double digits now, and this is typical Hakan goal. The counter-attack, he reaches over the defender directly to the head of the goalie and just jams it through some small hole that he finds. You see, he doesn't care for the defender.
Assist number 8.
The defender became
grabs the head of Simon Jobs on the goal and just jams it in through the armpit, really. And also Simon Jobs has a problem here because he's not a huge guy, so his upper body is not as broad.
The back was not in the picture, really.
Yeah, he just reached over it. I mean, the back tried to punch into the ball and to kick it away, but Hakan has the longer arms and the bigger hands, so it's not even if you can hit into the ball, it won't fall out of Hakan's hand easily.
No.
Well, double digits here for Ege against Malmö is really not what I expected. I mean, we know that Ege is capable of this. The 2 other matches here, we didn't see it. In the first match, Ege played really not good yesterday in the morning. The second match against Vienna, they showed some of the tendency. Okay, maybe now the chance to score the 1 goal for the honor. Really going for it. And yeah, even the goal is taken by Magnus Thornberg, but yeah. Ball was clinched away, ends up with the Ege players. So, yeah. Yeah, her arms are about half the length of Hakan's, so she's got real tough deal there.
She almost took the ball.
Yeah, but there's a big physical advantage that you can't deny. No. That she, I don't know what she would have to do to.
She batted it away there too.
Yeah. It's about timing beats a lot of the physical advantages.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter when Chihan ends up with the ball alone over the keeper, over the goalie, and it's not being contested.
3, assist number 8.
How many goals is that for him in this match? 4?
Yeah, might be. So And Chion also, you know, he smelled blood at some point. At some point, he realized he doesn't care about defending anymore. He doesn't care about if there's a counterattack. He's 100% committed to scoring more goals at this point.
Blue timeout.
A timeout. We have barely a minute left on the clock, but still we take a timeout here. Yeah, we saw that.
What is it? Injured arm.
I don't know. Might be. But oh wait, yeah. They brought Ekin Koch. He's on the substitute bench because his hand is broken,
So
and
he's
just for the.
he wants to play.
Yeah, he just wants to gain a minute of water time in this Euroleague round because he flew here, and so this is rather symbolic for him to at least have been in the water one time. I hope he's not going to go full speed into the action for his right hand because it is broken. He has a lot of tape and stuff around his hand, but I don't think it would be a good idea for him to really.
You could play also taped up.
Yeah, no, my foot is broken. It's basically mainly healed, but not entirely. So I could play with, say, a rubber fin on the right foot, with basically no, which basically is like being barefoot, and then not doing anything. I tried to play a little bit before I knew that my foot was broken. I thought it just hurts. That's not big of a problem. But in the end, you're slow. You're so slow. You're used. Oh yeah, there he is. One arm banded, stole one ball. So he actually has got a statistic for this round. He intercepted a pass with one hand. Yeah, I think he will be really happy to at least have touched the ball for a bit, and he will be really happy for his team to have played so well in this last.
He's there. He's trying to score.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and
no respect for his own injury, I tell you. And he got the pass off.
I should point out that he wasn't even.
And there's last. Oh no, this is like 3 seconds before the end. Yeah. 3.4 seconds left. And Kerem.
White number 7, assist number 10.
Yeah, the assist goes to Hakan. It would the pass before came actually from Ekin Koch, so he was close to getting a scorer point here.
Well,
wow.
This was, I think, really good news for Ege that they.
Yeah, it's also this was the last match of the season for Ege, and I feel that Ege is really happy that they that at least in this last game they proved their strength, and they proved not to everybody else but also to themselves that they are better than the result of this season.
For sure.
Also the 2 other matches they were really not happy. They lost and won, and they drawed against Vienna, where they could easily have won because they had a lot of chances. A lot of those chances they had here, in a similar way, but just they had a lot of bad luck or a lot of good hands from the Vienna players in between. And however, they managed to not win it, and yeah, this is really relieving for them to see that this is well, 12-0 is the final scoreline. Anyways,
we'll take a break
this
now.
means that Ege is definitely has definitely put up all the effort. They could very well still be last. This is up to the 2 matches, to the matches with Policen against Akkeren and Malmö against Vienna. But yeah, we'll come back to that later. For the moment, let's cut to the highlights.
Good job, Jan.
Enjoy some good goals and.